Hi everyone! In this video, let's talk about the orientation to the staff. In piano music, we have something called a grand staff. You can see the little chart on the left-hand corner. It has two clefs, treble clef and bass clef. The treble clef is the top one, and it indicates higher sound, and the bass clef is the lower one. It usually indicates the lower sound. So when we read piano music, you'll be reading notes on both clefs at the same time. And notice that for each clef, we have 5 lines, and in between those 5 lines, there are 4 spaces. So each of these lines and spaces will give you a note on the piano. So let's go over the notes on the treble clef first. From middle C. Middle C is usually the lowest note on the treble clef, at least for now. The C, and going up from C, we have D, which is a space note, and then E is a line note, F, space note, G, line note, A, space, B, line, C, space, D, line, E, space, F, line. So as you can see, when we are stepping up or down, the notes are going from line to a space, line to a space. Now, if we're skipping, if the notes are going from line to a line, then on the piano you would play a skip as well. So this way of stacking notes is the basic idea of harmony, and we'll definitely talk more about that later. So for now, let's try just the line notes again. C, E, G, B, and then D and F. These will be the line notes. And the space notes are D, and then F, A, C, E. It spells like a face, if that helps you to remember the notes. F, A, C, E. It's also a nice chord. Alright, now let's go over the notes in the bass clef. We're also going to start from middle C. So for now, middle C will be your highest note in the left hand in the bass clef. So going down from middle C, we have, again, we're going to step down, so the notes will go from line to space, line to space. So C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, keep going down, B, A, G. So the lowest note, the lowest line note is a G. And then B, D, F, A, and C. And the space notes are A, C, E, G. If you have learned piano as a child, you might be familiar with the phrase, every good boy does fine, or F-A-C-E. And for the bass clef, line notes, you have good bird does flying always. And for the space notes, all cows eat grass, A-C-E-G. So you could try that to see if that helps you to remember the notes. But you can also try this other way, which is to memorize the landmark notes. So you might think that that's a lot of notes to remember as a beginner. So don't worry, for now we're only going to focus on a few notes around middle C. Again, here's our middle C, and for now just remember C, D, E, F, G, where these 5 notes are sitting on the clef, on the treble clef. So remember C, E, G are all line notes, and D and F will be the space notes. And let's try a few notes for the bass clef as well. The notes around middle C will be C, B, A, G, F, or F, G, A, B, C. Okay, with all that information, let's try a little exercise that will help you to remember some of these notes around middle C. So let's start with C, E, G. the 3 line notes in the right hand on treble clef. Let's break it down one note at a time. C, E, G, but we're gonna end it on E. So 1, 2, 3, like this. C, E, G, E, and repeat. C, E, G, E. And now we're gonna go down to A in the bass clef. A, C, E, stop on C, repeat A, C, E, C, and let's go down one more. The next line note is F. F, A, C, A, F, A, C, A. And now let's try the space notes. G, B, D, B, G, B, D, F. And then let's loop it back to C. C chord, C major chord if you know the chords, and then A minor chord, A, C, E. These are all line notes, and then F major chord in the bass clef. And finally, space note G chord or G7. And back to C chord. And you can loop it as many times as you want. And you can add the pedal as well to make it sound nicer. Next week, we'll be looking at a couple songs that will remind us about these notes around middle C. So I'll see you then.